What's up, everybody? This morning we had the third act of the Chalk Prince and the Dragon unlocked for us in Genshin Impact, and I wanted to talk about how to unlock it, the event shop rewards, the objective rewards you get for completing the missions, the weekly reset for Dragonspine, and then a little bit about the Festering Desire because I've had a lot of questions on who it's best slotted for and why. To get started, the first thing you're going to do is when you go in, it's going to have a mission already set up for you to go talk to Albedo. You're going to have 3 different transactions where you're going to talk to him and go through a little small scene. And then it's going to unlock this little thing right here, which is called Draconic Pilgrimage. And you're going to fight 3 stages of enemies while guiding this little flame boy to his destination. Oh, went the opposite way. Looks like he pooped out some scarlets too. Now for doing this, you're going to get 150 warming essences for each of these. So after we're done with these 3, he's going to go to his little home. He's going to drop a chest and we're going to be able to pick those up. Similar to the first event that we had going on with this, this is going to be for the second part of the store.
1 minute, 37 seconds later.
There it is. Now, once we do that, we're going to go into the event shop here. You're going to be able to go to the second shop and you're going to see these options here. So we have 1 Festering Dragon Marrow. We've got 20 Heroes Wit, 20 Adventurers Experience, 120 Mystic Enhancement Ores. I appreciate that they're giving us more the higher that we increase the Festering Desire. And then 300,000 Mora over the course of this. So in total, I calculated this out. It's 2,900 total warm essences for all the rewards, which equates to 20 runs of Draconic Pilgrimage with a little bit left over as a keepsake. Now, all Act 3 challenges are really easy to complete, which you can kind of go through here. I've already completed them all. And you're going to get 180 Primo Gems and 120,000 Mora for doing so. Now, the largest reward, in my opinion, is the refinement materials for the Festering Desire, which will get it to rank 3. So we got the refinement here, and this is where you're going to go in to refine it. Rank 3, this is what it looks like. So 24% elemental skill damage and 9% to the crit rate on the elemental skill. I really wish they would just change that to regular crit rate, because I think that would be a lot more viable, but that's just me. Now, the other cool thing is that once you complete that, you'll rank the weapon up. You can actually unlock a battle pass reward in here for 1,500 battle pass experience. You're going to be unlocking the third passive ability for the sword here. So now we get a extra 50% damage dealt with via Scarlet Quartzes and a 70% additional crit damage to opponents in the Dragonspire region. So this will be for the duration of the event. I'm hoping that they keep something past the event. But yeah, so that's basically all we need to know about this so far. I'm curious what Act 4 is going to deliver to us for the weapon, if there is going to be anything, or if it's just going to be for the event shop. But there's quite a bit of rewards here to get. I recommend prioritizing putting all of this into the Festering Desire. I haven't leveled up the Festering Desire to, I think, 70 yet, just because I don't have the Ascension materials for it yet. But this one looks like it's going to be specifically for talents, which is really nice. So I'm excited about this one because my units need some power-ups. And super quick, I wanted to talk about the semi-weekly events that we have for the Frostbearing Tree to get Crimson Agates. Every 4 days, it looks like. You'll see right here, refreshes 3 days, 13 hours. I just finished the Crimson Wishes that unlock when this tree gets to level 8. It's this piece right here. From here, it'll open up 5 spots on the map and go to complete objectives and earn 1 Crimson Agate, which will help us be able to get this capped out. As of right now, I have it to level 9. I have 1 agate. Thankfully, it's not weekly and it's like semi-weekly, but that will help us be able to get this to level 12. Keep in mind, I don't know if there's going to be anything introduced to us with Act 4 that's going to help us get more Crimson Agates to speed up the process with this, but if not, at least we can assume that in about 3 weeks time we'll be able to get this completed and get the glider, get the Crown of Insight, and be able to get the catalyst from the Frostbearing Tree. And the final thing that I wanted to discuss today was about the Festering Desire Sword and just who may be best in slot to equip this with. I've been getting a lot of questions on whether or not Chi-Chi would be okay pairing this with. And what I'd say is it really just depends on what units and weapons you have, because there is going to be a better in-slot option for most of the characters than Festering Desire. The only ones I would say that this would be a really good slot for is Albedo if you don't have his 5-star weapon, and then main character. This could be a really good option for whether you're using it on, you know, the Animo side or the Geo side. And then Kaya is another one that came to mind just because he has a really quick skill cooldown, and Even his burst doesn't scale really heavy damage based on his attack stat. So I would say that he kind of operates very similarly, in my opinion, to how I would use Jin-Q. It's just to keep the burst up as much as possible, and with the energy recharge on the sword, that helps with that. You could try this on Jean just because she has a really high scaling on her skill. I know most people build her around her burst, but it might be worth checking out. For Bennett, I just wouldn't recommend it just because even though it has energy recharge, his elemental skill isn't what he's built around, and I just feel like there's better use cases for this sword compared to him. Jin-Q, I always recommend Sacrificial Sword, most people do, just because it doubles the energy that you get per skill use on the rotation. I personally use that on him, and if I didn't have that, maybe I would try this on him just as like a best in slot until I got something like that. So if you are new to the game, then that could be good for Jin-Q. And then for Chi-Chi, again, Sacrificial Sword is a free to play option. Anything that helps towards the burst, because Chi-Chi's burst is somewhat hard to obtain unless you're in a double cryo team or you have, energy recharge built into a lot of substats. It's just really difficult to get back. I have Chi-Chi constellated to 3 just because I've gotten lucky on summons with her for whatever reason. Game's just telling me I need to build her, so her skill damage doesn't matter. Like, I just don't see it. I see her being way more utilized on a faster attack speed just because the more you attack with Chi-Chi, the more you're healing. So to me, this doesn't really do anything like that, and the skill damage percentages on her skill just aren't that great. So that's why I wouldn't recommend it on Chi-Chi. I hope that kind of just all-encompassing tells you who this sword would be good for. So Albedo, main character if you don't have him. Kaya would be probably a really good alternative to that if you built Kaya. And then units to try it on or units to use it on if you don't have anything else would be Jean, Bennett, or Jin-Q. Chi-Chi if you really feel like just doing that. But hope that helps you guys answer that question about what the sword would be good for. I just want to thank all of you for supporting the channel. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Like the video if this helped you, and I will see you all in the next one.